Good morning. We're coming from the Rice Lake Curling Club, sheet number 2, and we're going to have a video series called Skip Basics number 1. With us is Bill Kine, who has curled in Rice Lake for a number of years, but his experience goes all the way to the international level where he's done very well. We're going to kind of pick Bill's brain this morning as we go through how to begin the game if you are looking at how the first lead stones would be spotted in. So Bill, why don't you spot it in as if you did not have hammer, your first shot that you're going to throw, where would you spot it on the sheet?
If I were playing without the hammer, I kind of like to have a stone come up, being a free guard, close to the house, but not into the house.
Okay, so with that being said, the person with the hammer stone then, where would you spot their first shot?
I would like to call their stone to come down and either end up short of the house, real short, but preferably plan A, have it curl in behind. So I want to make sure I give enough ice for the rock to come around behind, but play it tight enough so that I get a chance to either bury or get a rock half behind the guard stone.
That's great advice, and for the young skips or beginners, this is not only good for them, but also for us who've curled a long, long time. So we have a couple of options here, but now the team minus the hammer, what would their second shot go?
Well, any stone that they have that ends up short of the house is still a free guard, so that's not bad, even though their count back here, that either stone can be raised back in and knock that out later on. Plan A, if I can get it, would be to have them come in and freeze on this stone. Then all we got to do is hit this one later on in the end, and that's gone.
Great advice. Now we can kind of see how you're setting this game up and with confidence, and so your teammates kind of know what you're doing, and they can view this as number of times they want to. Now the team that has the hammer rock, where would their lead stone's second rock go, Bill?
Once again, I'm going to call them to draw in on top of this, and I'm going to play it again tight enough so if this stone comes in and rests right here, I like it because you can play several stones ahead. Bang, 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 so their count, no problem. At some other time I might be able to hit mine. If this rock ends up here, it still can be used later on to run it out. If it wrecks and comes down and bumps this one and splits over, that's fine too, because that opens it up, and that rock can be moved, but not taken out of play. So we play that draw weight again.
So we can see that there isn't just one cookie cutter way to do things, but this is the kind of the initial thought if you had your first shot as a free guard. Now to switch gears a little bit, Bill, we're going to figure that the yellow rocks also, like before, do not have hammer rock, but are excited to start the game with rock in the house. And some people call this a defensive play, but let's see what how this would play out, Bill.
If the yellow rock puts the rock in the house and I have the hammer, I can do one of two things. I can either just knock that out of there, which is probably what they want me to do, because then they have to do it as well. Or if I'm playing offense, I have a couple options. Because this can be a free guard, I can put one up there that they can't knock out. Now they have to deal with it. Or I could put up a corner guard so that later on in the end I might have the opportunity to draw in behind it or hit and roll in behind it. Sets up a nice offense. Or another excellent play is to draw in right on top of it and freeze. That sets up offense. Or keeping this rock in play sets up offense too.
Okay, we have 3 or 4 really good options that played off just the one shot. So skips, what you're thinking about here, and also your teammates know, is that all of these shots are good quality shot calls, but they could all accomplish it, so it isn't that it has to be just one thing. So let's say that this is where the first two rocks end up. Where would the yellow second rock probably go in this situation, Bill?
Well, if yellow's trying to steal, another guard is a good choice, even if this is count. Another guard's not a bad call. If yellow isn't trying to steal, then probably what they want to do is come down and put another rock into here, maybe bumping that a little bit, giving you options later to hit stones. Putting another rock into play.
Putting another rock in play, and again, this is what some people call quiet weight or house weight, so that you're keeping your rocks in play a little bit, if possible, in front of the tee line, if possible. And then finally, the team with a hammer, their second shot, Bill, where might this go?
Well, if I have the hammer, now I've got a couple options. One simple option would be to knock that out.
Yep.
And hope you in front of this one. Or another option would be just simply to come down and put another rock in play somewhere in the house. As long as you got background, those rocks are potential scorers.
Well, here we have it, folks. Our first video on Skip Basics #1. We've started it a couple of different ways. The first part of the video showed how we would do it if we had the free guard and a variety of options. The other is playing a little more defensively, where you bring your first rock into the house, and how you can use a different variety of shots to make that work as well. Thank you.
Most typically, if you don't have the hammer, you're playing to the middle. If you do have the hammer and you have the option, play to the outside to keep the middle open so you can always execute your last shot and save the end in case things go bad. Basically, you play into the middle and out. With free guard zone, you also have the option to play into the middle to try to score a big hit.
And there you have it.